just happened? Okay, it's on right now.
All right.
It's live. Alrighty. Alright, we are live, and we're here in Israel,
In Beersheba.
in Beersheba, and I'm here with France, and how you say your last name?
Francis Kravchuk.
Alright.
Yeah,
And of
it's
course-
a tough name.
Right, that would have had me. And what he does is actually put people in ice for a living.
Yeah, that's
Go-
what I do.
Going into the ice box. And I've been in a European spa before where you go into the ice and they got the ice inside the pool and then they put you into the, you go into the hot part and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
cool.
So I've been there and that was good, hot and cold. And you come out, you feel like you did a whole workout. But this man, oh my gosh, he did put me in the ice box. And all you got to do is be in there for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I couldn't last a few seconds. That video will be coming out soon. I chickened out. I felt the pain all in my legs, all in my arms. But you say this is for therapy.
Yeah, also for therapy. Well, I saw Elitom. He could have stayed. Usually people go inside and then have the first shock, like. But Elitom was all chilled. He was like going inside, thinking, "No, I don't want this. It's okay. I see he can do it, but something in his head is like, I don't need this stress. It's okay because it's a lot of stress when you go inside the
Right.
ice, and then you learn how to deal with the pain. So you go inside, and there's the initial pain, and usually people start to breathe, like hyperventilate, and then I relax them and tell them to breathe deeply.
Right.
And then when you deep briefly, you can let go of the pain.
See, there's different forms of meditation and also therapies. And putting yourself into the ice therapy, going into a thing of water with ice in it, that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's a therapy that brings pain to the body, but you breathe yourself through the pain, and it brings forth different healing
Yeah.
or what you're dealing with in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said there's a guy who was in depression,
Yeah.
and he actually used that to help him with his depression. Now, for me, that didn't work out at all because me living on Prana, I avoid stress. I avoid pain, and I live for pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's programmed in my mind. So as soon as my body made contact with that ice and I felt that pain, I said, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So I made a conscious choice not to put myself through that meditation. And y'all see the video soon. I chickened out. I don't care what you call me. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, but it's okay, Elitom. You
But
can
it
do
is an awesome therapy, though. It
Yeah.
really is. So you're here in Israel in Beersheba. So if you're ever in this area, get this man a call and really try out this therapy.
Yeah, what I do, I teach the Win Hoff method.
Wim Hoff is a bad mamma jammer.
Yeah.
Just by me experiencing that.
Yeah, he's a tough one. He's a great guy, and I go around Israel with my workshops and teach people how to deal with the cold. And the Wim Hof method is a method that combines breathing exercises, mindset with meditation and yoga, and exposing yourself to the cold exposure, which is ice bath, ice cold showers. In Israel less, but going in the snow with less clothing, just exposing ourselves to the nature, and don't be afraid of the cold.
And that's really awesome. I mean, before I went in there, we went into some Wim Hof breathing. I did the continual breathing for some rounds. Then I did the breathing in, holding the breath, and then breathing out for a couple rounds. And then I did the holding the breath. Now that's awesome. We did those for like 15 minutes. And there's a lot of people in the deep diving who hold their breath.
Yeah, it's different from deep diving. What we do here, basically we do controlled hyperventilation and for 30 to 50 rounds, and then we take the air out and hold the air for all your breath for as long as you can. And then when you're inside that mode, you get inside a really, really deep
Right.
meditation, and you relax yourself.
Right.
And you'll be surprised how long you can hold your breath. People can hold their breath for 2-3 minutes.
And
even
all this
4.
really feel good too.
Yeah,
It
it's amazing.
oxygenates the blood. I feel so energized. So living on the pranic path, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Elitom El-Amin, and I live on prana. I don't eat, and I have the ability not to drink also. This is a great age we're in. We got all of this information out here now. And it's methods like this that you should take advantage of, because living on prana is a holistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, just going through that, I mean, the sun is out, the weather's perfect today, we outside, we did this great breathing exercises. Even if I don't do no more, that helped better my health. That helped give more prana into the body. So the more you better your health, the more pranic you have, your prana you're living off of. How do you know the indications? You'll feel more energized, you have more energy to do things, your health will improve, and your sleep will decrease. You stay on living this type of lifestyle, especially with the mindset, you'll be able to eat very little, and then you could go to the levels of eating none at all. This isn't far-fetched. You have to give it a try. Now, just like he's here in Israel doing this, I'm just through Israel visiting, but I'm doing retreats here, actually taking people through the process. And about the third day of a retreat, I usually ask people, don't you feel you don't need to eat right now? They actually be like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Because meditation is the foundation. There's so many meditations. And again, he was doing the Win Hoff method. These are all different forms of meditation. You got breath work, you got sound, you got energy, vibrational meditations. A friend of mine, we was dealing with the gongs and the sound waves. And we went through that also when you took me through that. So all of this, again, is all about energy flow. You have to learn that you're living in a system of energy. Energy is always flowing. It's either going to be stagnant energy or it's going to be flowing without no blockages. That's the foundation of our health, our well-being, our mental thinking, our emotional body. It's all one body, but that's the bottom line. And the more you stay on that type of path, again, with this new program, because that's all it is, that you can live without eating or drinking. This is it. And this year, 2019, we're going to do even more videos, bringing in more medical professionals, actually going through this so we can show people. And we're going to nip all of this in the bud, because humanity, we're awesome as a team. And our consciousness, we could do anything.
Yeah. What happened with Wim? So for like 20 years, he break 24 world records, Guinness World Records.
Right.
And everybody looked at him and this is the Iceman. No, just he can do it. And then he said, well, other people can do it. And what changes, like, really is the connection between the method and science.
Right.
So it's interesting to see, because all Western life, we are very doubtful and skeptics about it.
Oh,
so
exactly.
Like when the science goes inside these methods, people start to see, really, it helps inflammation, really helps depression, really, oh my god, and then people start into that. So it's like a stepping stone. And so for me, it's really, I studied biology, so it's interesting to see how the science looks at the Breatharian lifestyle.
And I like how he said that. He said, like, in the West, you're usually skeptical with something new. Now, let's go in history. 2015 was the first pranic festival in the United States of America.
Yeah.
That shows you how behind they are when it comes down to this type of thinking.
Yeah.
I gotta say it. And during that festival, it was held by Dr. Edith Chan. She got her Dr. E show that's out now. That's really trying to explain a lot of this stuff to people. But I was a part of it, which was good. Also, Wim Hoff was a part of it,
Really?
showing these breathing methods.
Nice.
So this is good that it just hit the U.S. 2015. Now we're at 19. I'm getting a bigger U.S. fan base now. Back then, the knowledge wasn't hardly there. Nobody would listen. I got a lot of heat, a lot of skeptics. But now this age we going in, more people are saying, y'all guys are making sense.
Yeah.
Fast and do work. I do heal myself for eating less. I can grab more energy doing these alternatives. And this is what it's about. We're bringing back this holistic technology and bringing back the fullness of the power that's always been here. So I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. So it's interesting. What do you use to be in a pranic, in a Breatharian lifestyle? Which kind of meditation do you use? How do you connect yourself to this?
Like I said before, there's many different type of meditation should lead you there. Now my bread and butter was I ran into the microcosmic orbit, and I got a big workshop that's coming up in Tel Aviv, where I'm telling people about sexual energy cultivation. And the thing about it, you do have energy centers on your body. We're energetic beings. We got an electromagnetic field to go around our body, and you have the power to open up this electromagnetic field and work with it. So when I take people through these workshops, that's the bread and butter, the foundation of living on prana. So we're going in, you're using your mind. Wherever the mind goes, that's where the blood goes. That's where the energy goes. And you're going to these energy channels, opening them up. And when they're opening up and they're flowing, that brings more prana into the body. Now, when you're first starting out with these meditations, it's just like a physical weightlifter.
Yeah.
You start out lifting, you'll feel the soreness, but over a couple of days, you can feel you're getting stronger. The more you meditate, the more you will get energetically stronger. Your body can hold more light. You're upgrading this physical vehicle to hold this light that's in the atmosphere. And when I'm talking about light, I'm using a term, it ain't talking about the visible light. Basically, we're going to nip this in the bud. We're dealing with consciousness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In science, they call it dark energy, dark matter. And consciousness is one of the greatest mysteries in science. This is like documented. But even the more people in your scientific field is exploring consciousness. That's the glue to hold everything together. That's what got us operating. And our body is consciousness. What we're living in is duality, but even when you deal with quantum physics, everything is connected. You understand? So when you're thinking in a duality, like say a person that's in nutrition, just by your body, your mind being in that dualistic thought process, this gives me health, blah, 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 you just separated yourself from the universal consciousness. But when you just look at this as an experience, it's the thought process. That breaks that mold because this orange is giving you health, just like this cappuccino is. This is how a breatharian thinks or a personal prana thinks. It's a thought process overall on you are a unified frequency with everything else.
So you want to basically break this thought pattern?
You want to break the thought pattern.
And build different
right.
kinds of thought
Because there is no separate emotional body or mental body or physical body. This is all one body. You're looking at my mental mind. You're looking at my emotions. The body is a window to the unseen. And due to old spirituality, old scientific studies, due to the language, it breaks things in parts and pieces. And things are not in parts and pieces. In other words, even in science, the whole totality of my body, if there's a sickness or say if there's a pain on this side of the body, the origination point could be over here.
Yeah.
Chinese medicine been telling us that. This is one big entity. So the cells of the body feeds off of ATP, the energy of the atmosphere. They don't eat food. So you're breaking all of this paradigm shift of a thought, of an education. And once you get into this new thought process and actually allow your body to go into that cycle by applying certain principles, you will eat very little, your health will improve, and not only your health will improve, your sleep will decrease, you'll have more energy, and you'll be able to be food free. This is hands down.
And you told me you sleep for how long?
And right now I sleep about 2 to 4 hours a night. And even your actions of what you're doing. If I had a big event coming up, really excited about something, I could go without sleeping for days because you're excited. That's an energy. Even people now, when you're doing something you're really excited about, they forget about eating.
Yeah.
Most people eat because of emotions, boredom, and you don't know what to do with yourself. This is a whole new lifestyle. So of course you're going to gain more energy. Think about what you're going to do with it. You know, I write books, I play music, I'm always running around helping people into different projects, educating people. I'm traveling around the world now teaching people this because this is a new paradigm shift.
Mhm.
And not only I'm a teacher out here teaching people this now, there's other teachers all across the board. We're breaking this paradigm shift because we have to now. This is our responsibility to take care of ourselves and also the planet. And this atmosphere we live in is user friendly, and you can use it for your development. We're all one.
Yeah, that's great. And you told me that you're going to India now, right?
Well,
Do some tests.
I'll be back in India in March. Yes, I got about some doctors there waiting on me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So there's about 18 of them, and we're going to do a whole lot of studies, have them documented, because we want to do it in increments because everybody don't get information at the same time. That's just reality.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you enough information where you can handle, and we always give people the keys on what you can start doing in your life to start going towards this path. It's sort of like how we did the preparation to get into the icebox. There's a preparation even on living on prana. It's just that stop eating right away, you'll die. Of course, there's a preparation. We're creatures of habits. You know, you should start having a food-free day at least once a week. Get a body time to get used to that new habit. Try to get it on the same day every week. You should start challenging your food consumption a little bit. We're not saying go to one diet change to another, but foods do have different energy quotients to them. You know, there is denser foods that really weighs down the body. Usually when you catch a preventable disease like high blood pressure, liver ailment, stroke, first thing the doctor says, what are you eating? So we know what we're eating. We're not saying leave it all alone altogether. We're not saying this journey should be fun. You should ask yourself, take it in different things until you get stronger. So you should do that on challenging yourself with a better diet and also learn some form of meditation. There's so many out there. Even when we did this Win Hoff breath, that was awesome. Now, I don't do that every day because I do other different meditations. You know, I like doing Qigong and stuff like that. But if you like breath work, do that. That routine was just awesome. It will get you there. And then again, this is an age where we have the most pranic people giving out the most information living on prana. You don't need to go back and say, well, Jesus was living on prana, Buddha, you know, Babaji. We're not trying to pick on people's religions. You got people that's living, that's actually doing it. And keep in mind that living on prana is to eat very little or none at all. Don't think that you got to find a person that's totally not eating nothing and that's how you're supposed to be. This is an experience where you can enjoy yourself. You're not eating for survival no more. So we have to nip this in the bud so people can understand what it is. You know, you might have a person eating once a week and now people saying, well, they still eat. I don't want to learn from them. That's a pranic being. They're eating to be with family. Different gatherings and get-togethers. You don't have to live your life in a box. But this is a skill that can be developed where you can have a more expanded life. This is great power. There's times where I go on trips. I went to the Atlas Mountains one time, and I didn't have to think about bringing food with me, bringing water with me. I was up there for 5 days having a good time. So this gives you a whole lot more freedom. You save a lot more money. You can turn your kitchen into something else. You ain't always got to keep running to the bathroom. And I got to say it, the preventable diseases of the, especially the Western countries, is food related. You don't know how to eat. When you're dealing with living on prana, you're going to eat your way to being food free. You got to learn how to eat again. You don't went overboard on using the energies.
Yeah, and is it a long process or is it a short process?
It's a short process to get the body into that cycle if you do it properly. But next is dealing with the last program that was put in our mind. Our bodies are just like biocomputers. They are. The way people are eating now is a program that was given. Like if you say a high blood pressure runs in the family, it really don't run in the family. It's just that the families share the same table. You understand?
Yeah.
Because there was a time I had high blood pressure. I was on the brink. And when I learned how to eat differently and do things differently and then learn this method, now I don't have high blood pressure. I'm not even on that frequency of thought. I know why it came. Now the rest of my family, back then, it did run in the family because I had the same habits that my family had. So this is a whole new paradigm shift again. You're reprogramming the vehicle. Now, just like getting a download, a new application, some downloads take longer than others. So it depends on the person's current health. It depends on your dedication. If you're a procrastinator already and stuff like that, okay, you got some work to do on yourself. There's some people that can't finish nothing. There's some people who need a group to be with. There's some people that could do just fine by themselves. Like me, I'm good at just taking knowledge and working it with myself. And others, they need that group motivation. But we're in a good age too that you need some type of motivation within yourself, you understand, but you also need something to focus on externally. So you do need a teacher or some type of teachings that you can follow to reprogram yourself. You understand? Because our education on what you're consuming is nutrition also. So even that last program of eating 3 meals a day and the way people were eating, that's an energy. The people you hanging around is an energy. All of this is nourishing you. We're coming into this more and more. It's a whole totality of your lifestyle. You start living on prana, you're going to have a whole lifestyle change, without a doubt. Perfect health is time management. It's how you're using your time. That's what it boils down to. What are you doing with your time?
And for you aside, it's like having fun.
And it's having fun.
Yeah.
Doing things that really serve you, serve your purpose. And y'all going to laugh at this video we're going to show you. I mean, y'all going to call me a chicken. I ran in there, I can't take it. Now, the sun I can handle. When I go to Nigeria next month, I might try to go to the hot areas where it's 100 degrees and say, see, look.
Everything is fine, yeah, but the cold is...
Woo!
Is
it wasn't cold like this. It was just a whole nother ball game.
Yeah,
and I said that just didn't serve me
it's
right
just
now.
pain. What happens? Well, what happens when you go inside the cold is all the blood vessels starts to shut down, and your body starts to just tell you that you're in an emergency, something happening, you need to, everything starts to freak out.
I freaked out, it was an emergency too.
Yeah, adrenaline starts pump, and you start hyperventilating because what the fuck, yeah, it's like, it's tough.
I had to get out of there quick.
Yeah, but...
I could have did it, but like I said, no, could have, would have, should have.
Yeah, the ice teaches us how to handle situations like it. It helps us deal with stress in our life. So you get a lot of stress inside the ice bath, and you learn how to breathe. Breathing and the meditation is what's so powerful about it. It's what helps you go into the depth of your consciousness.
And it's all dealing with that consciousness again.
It's just relaxing your body and relaxing your mind and letting go.
Right.
And after a while, when you're inside the bath, the ice bath, for example, your blood vessels starts to open up again, and you feel the blood rushing and adrenaline rushing inside of your body, and you start to relax.
I was in there for 2 seconds and I feel good.
Yeah. I did a video of myself talking in Hebrew about what's it goes inside. I was for like 3 minutes inside the bathroom, and inside the ice bath, and then they asked me questions. It was super deep because she talked to me, and I answered her. But during that time, my thought was on, relax, everything is fine. It's like painful, but it's okay, and it's really strong.
That is an awesome treatment. I still, oh my gosh, I still feel it.
Yeah.
But it feels good. I mean, everything feels good. Like I said, try these techniques, these therapies. And he got this going on here in Israel. Like we said, you ever be here. And if you're in Israel right now, we got our retreats still going on, the conferences. I got one taking place at Caesarea for 3 to 5 days, and that's an advanced retreat. And like I said, just going through these meditations all day, opening up your energy channels, it's a whole nother ball game when you really put yourself to the test to open up your potential. See, to tell you what consciousness is, how should we say this? I have my consciousness, he have his, but there's only one consciousness here. And like we said, when you look at the molecular structure, it seems like the more you go into studying dense matter, the more dense matter loosens itself up. As science went into the what? Learning the molecular structure of things, the atomic structure, going into the quantum levels of it. And then now they're saying we got this string theory and all this other stuff. We're living in this great potential. So not only you see food freedom coming out now, you're going to see great things coming out of this. Because even myself, I see myself growing every day, getting stronger. And it's just, I'm getting more and more confidence living in this field. I don't live a life, a bad life, a stressful life at all. Everything works for me. Everything just comes about. So when you're expanding this consciousness like this, it just makes life so much more magical. And why would you want to go back to, well, don't you miss this? Absolutely not. I don't miss certain things. It's about outgrowing it because it's just an experience. It's not about putting people down. You're starting at the level you at. But you got to understand, this isn't about being a skeptic or nothing like this. This is about your own self-realization. The information is here. And I try to give out as much information as I can on my YouTube channel to hit different areas, even dealing with the drinking portion. Yes, the more mucus you got in your body, the more you're going to feel thirsty. You get rid of less mucus, you feel less thirsty. It's just basics. Then again, it deals with a behavior. And that's what we're dealing with here in humanity. And last but not least, since we're connected, there's a synergy we have when we're dealing with people. That is the greatest nourishment around.
Yeah.
You feel good when you're around good people, good friends. You can't beat that. Right there, that is a nourishment. Instead of being around stressful people, it drains you. You're always, when you get into that duality from hooking up with this consciousness, you're going to keep seeking external means. The more you get back into oneness with everything, the less you need, and then you don't need nothing at all. You're a self-sustaining being. This is awesome. So we hope y'all got a lot out of this. This is going out to the different communities, the pranic communities, the people that's into the Win Hoff method and stuff like this. Because a lot of them is in the communities want to learn more about living on prana.
No, there is a lot of people like starting ketogenic diets and intermittent fasting and starting water fast and everything because they start with the Wim Hof and then they start to see about their
these
bodies,
other
like,
methods.
Yeah, other methods.
And we're in an age where so much information is out.
Yeah. And also the Wim Hof method, you can find it online, and if you're abroad, you can find people that are instructors that can teach you how to do the method.
Right.
You go into the website and there's a free mini course. Just try to experience it. Try to experience the breathing. Even after you finish your shower today, move it to the coldest for like 20 seconds. Just see and breathe. Just breathe.
I'm going to try this again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll last 2 seconds. Like I said, I'll show y'all the.
I'm sure you can do it more. Yeah.
I'll try it again one day. 2 minutes I need.
Whatever. Yeah, it's a mental process. It's just a mental process. Like.
But it's wonderful. But the bottom line, being food free, you eat your way to food freedom. Keep that in mind, number one. And number two, it's a holistic health lifestyle. It's not far-fetched. Even when I first learned about people that could be pranic, I said, what? That's what I said. But I wasn't a skeptic because I was already living a holistic lifestyle. My health, I used to be overweight once upon a time. I went from a vegan, then I went to live raw foods and juicing. I started learning about fasting, meditation. So when I learned about prana, I was just curious. I want to try that. So at least get yourself in that cycle to where the curiosity will come and the desire is there to want to see your full potential. And you'll just keep growing. It's all about growth, and that's what life's all about. So anything else you want to put out?
No, I think it's fun. You can find me and you can find Elitom online.
All right.
Yes.
And I enjoyed y'all once again, and I got a whole big schedule here in Israel.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot more live videos coming out, and we're going to be teaching along the way different methods, people asking questions. But stay in there, stay on the path, and the pranic message is a holistic health message. It's for everybody, even if you still want to keep eating or you don't want to stop eating. Did you hear that? It's a health message. You should care about your health because you are the person that you're all you get.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're all you get.
Great.
All right. Talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.